Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Elder Geek Sam. This is an episode of Gag Anime. Grown A Geeks is the group that this is associated with. Be sure to click that QR code there. That'll take you to everywhere you can find us. Take you to our link tree. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on TikTok, Elder Geek Sam, and of course the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, etc. Today we're going to be talking about episodes 4 through 6 of Solo Leveling. This was one of the better segments. When I first started watching Solo Leveling, if you watch our last, you'll see I was a little unsure as the show began and everyone was talking about it. I wasn't quite drawn in the same. I was like, okay, it seems pretty cool, and the animation style was nice, very brutal, but I couldn't really determine that this was gonna be worth all the hype. Everybody was talking about it. It sounded fantastic, but I waited to see something that told me, okay, yes, this is a great show. Solo Leveling is a popular anime based on a web novel of the same name. It follows Sung Jin-Woo. He's a weak hunter. He's an E-class hunter, and he's the only person so far that we realize has the ability to level up. That's something they kind of mention in the first few episodes where they talk about how whatever level you are, that's what you are. You can't increase your level, and yet Jin-Woo is able to level up. Episodes 4 through 6, they actually cover a solo fight against I want to say the snake might have been like a D rank, like a low D rank, and then later on he's going to fight against the spider, which turns out to be a C rank, and the hunters he has to deal with are D and C, and that's a thing that takes place. Popular opinion of these episodes, it's been mostly positive as everybody's been talking about it. I think what I like most is that it really showcases Jin-Woo's growth. It shows how much stronger he's actually gotten. It shows his skills, and it shows that he's willing to go the extra mile. Go there, so to speak, and when he deals with the other hunters. And so, we're getting a little bit more information out of this player system, and I really, really like that. These 3 episodes this was definitely a turning point for me. Like, I can say without a doubt, after watching episode 4, we get a chance to see Jinwoo kind of fight the Lycans and that's an indication that he has started to get a little bit stronger. And every time he defeats a Lycan, he's leveling up. So we get to see the RPG element where he's just grinding the low level boss, or not even the low level boss, but just the low level enemies. And that, of course, leads to a second dungeon. And when he gets to that second dungeon, he finds this venom snake. And the fight against the venom snake was definitely a turning point in the show, because we got a chance to see Jinwoo just kind of confront himself and say, hey, step it up. You can do it. Beat this monster. And that kind of indicates that he is not going to give up and that he is going to kind of really stick with it. There were some elements that we got a chance to see, like when the train was flying at him. It looked like something might have come through to knock the train clear, because I feel like that train should have flattened him. So unfortunately, RG's not on with me today, but if he was, I could probably ask him about that. I think like that might have been a foreshadowing moment, something there. He uses this broken sword to fight against this snake, eventually realizing that he just has to do it with his bare hands. Like, he's been spending all this time leveling up his strength, and he doesn't even need a weapon. He ends up taking out this snake just with his bare hands. And that's, for me, that was very important to see, because now we get a chance to actually see just how strong Jinwoo has become. Part of my issue initially was that there was no proper power scaling. There was no way to see how strong this was. That was like, you really couldn't determine strength. But now what we chance to see is we actually see what his strength looks like. And there's even a moment where after he beats the snake, we get to see his skills. That is something that's actually really cool, because you typically don't get to see stuff like that. And the only other close example I can think is One Punch Man and the hero ranking system they have, because they have S class and A class, B, C, D, E, and so forth. And when you look at like a hero like Mugen Rider, who's on the bike, compared to some of the top heroes who can fly and have psionic abilities. And like, there's such a gap. You can begin to understand that power. You really couldn't get that understanding of the power scaling here up until you get to like episode 4. Episode 5 was, I won't say it was filler. We got a little bit of information in there, but it showed you if it didn't quite, it wasn't as action packed as 4 and as 6. I would say 6 was probably the best because 6 had one of the coldest fights against the spider. We got to see other heroes and their rankings and their skill powers and the things that they can do. The fact that he had after he's taken out this spider boss, he then has to complete this emergency quest because the team that he went into the dungeon with, they're plotting to kill him. They go into C rank dungeons by meeting the minimum qualifications to enter a C rank dungeon. They have to have 8 people. That's the minimum requirement. And the 2 people that they hire, one of them is our main guy, Jin-Woo, and they hire another guy just so that they have the minimum people required. They plan on turning on the 2 people that they've brought in, and they're going to kill them, keep the money and everything and the loot for themselves. And it's one of those moments, and it's nice that you're still able to get something kind of fresh, despite the fact that it's a very common trope. But it turns out man was the worst monster of them all. So it was one of those kind of cool to see how that plays out, and to see that my man Jim he's with it. You know what I'm saying? He's with it. He's tired of being a pushover. He wants to be stronger, and he's going to do what he has to do. And, in survival of the fittest, because it was, the system tells him, like, he saw an opportunity when he did not complete his daily task, the penalty he suffered as a result. So now that his daily task, or this pop-up emergency mission, was to take out these other people who mean to do him harm, he was like, I have to do this, because if I don't, we know that the penalties can be pretty severe. So it is an excellent show. And it really, these last few episodes really changed my opinion of the show. I am really happy with what I've seen. I look forward to more episodes. And yeah, I am sitting with excitement every Saturday for the new episode to come on. I like the RPG elements, the way that they're, visualized, and they really break it down to make it clear what's happening and why. Like I said, the animation has been fantastic. The boss fights were both, top tier animation. And it's got a pretty good story, like we're getting a little bit more than just hero punch hard. And I'm very interested to see where it goes and how we progress forward. Overall, I would say Solo Leveling has been a pretty well received anime. It definitely would appeal to fans of action, fantasy, RPG elements. So everyone that's there, if that's your thing, you're gonna love this. That just tells me it's a must-watch anime. The animation, the story, the chapters. It's a package deal, leaving fans hungry for more. So if you haven't jumped on the Solo Leveling bandwagon, now's the perfect time. Hop in there, binge the first 6 episodes, and enjoy. But that's going to be it for today, folks. I appreciate you taking time to watch this. If you enjoyed this video, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all things anime. Be sure to click the QR code, as that'll take you to everywhere you can find us. We thank you, but we are out of here. Peace.